Here is your latest African news. Nigeria. Government rejects 2 tankers of bad petroleum imported from Belgium. Following the circulation of adulterated petrol in Nigeria which damaged vehicle engines, Nigerian federal government has turned back 2 tankers carrying petrol loaded in Antwerp, Belgium and destined for Lagos. This is coming as the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies have continued to produce crude oil below their production targets, with the group's output falling by a record 700,000 barrels per day, below its collective quotas in January. The off-specification fuel was rejected amid the raging controversy over the bad fuel in circulation in the country, which led to the disruption of the country's supply chain, resulting in long queues in filling stations across the country. The imported tankers were said to have high methanol content, while marketers were advised not to sell to consumers after 100 million liters were said to have been in circulation. Rwanda. Kagame unveils multi-billion eco-friendly housing project. President Paul Kagame has launched the construction of a new eco-friendly housing estate in Nyarugenge district, Kigali. The development follows an agreement signed between Rwanda Development Board (RDB) and ADHI Corporate Group, a construction company established more than 10 years ago in Gabon. Upon his arrival, Kagame together with the First Lady toured a total of 5 housing models which were showcased as a sample to the guests. The leaders were accompanied by various high-ranked government officials at the ceremony hosted in Karama neighborhood. ADHI plans to construct more than 2,400 units in Kigali through 5 phases. The first phase, currently under construction, will see 252 units complete by this year. East Africa. Tanzania and Kenya ranked 5th and 6th most beautiful countries in the world. A global report has ranked Kenya as the 6th most beautiful country after neighboring Tanzania. The report, titled Natural Beauty Report, placed Kenya 6th with 6.7 out of 10 compared to Tanzania, which scored 6.98 out of 10. The ratings were analyzed based on natural features like volcanoes, coral reefs, tropical rainforest and glaciers. According to the report, Kenya has 8 volcanoes, 5 ultra-prominent mountains, 630 square kilometers of coral reef areas, 411 protected areas, 536-kilometer coastline length, 170,887 square kilometers of tropical rainforest, and 28 glaciers. On the other hand, Tanzania beat Kenya with 3 volcanoes, 11 ultra-prominent mountains, 3,580 square kilometers of coral reef areas, 836 protected areas, 1,424 kilometers of coastline length, 3,807,944 square kilometers of tropical rainforest, and 75 glaciers. Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso military chief declared president. After a coup last month, Burkina Faso's new military leader, Paul-Henri Sadaogo Damiba, was declared president by the country's top constitutional body. He was also named Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces and Head of State. The move reaffirmed the military government's declaration on January 31st that Mr. Damiba would be appointed to those positions for a transitional period, with 2 vice presidents assisting him. Mr. Damiba's formal swearing-in will take place on January 16 in the capital Ouagadougou, according to a statement from the Constitutional Council. On January 24th, dissatisfied officers headed by Mr. Damiba deposed Roch Marc Christian Kabore, the country's elected president, who had faced widespread public outrage over his handling on the ongoing Islamic insurgents. Ethiopia. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia inaugurates tallest building. The 80-year-old Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, CBE, the state-owned financial institution, has inaugurated the tallest building in Addis Ababa with 53 floors. The new building, which cost around $300 million, will serve as the headquarters of CBE, which is also celebrating its 80th anniversary. During today's inauguration ceremony and 80th anniversary of CBE, the bank has awarded its long-serving employees and those prominent individuals who have contributed significantly for the growth of the bank since its establishment. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed congratulated CBE employees for completing the construction of the bank and sustaining CBE as the strongest financial institution in the country for the past 80 years. Nigeria. Israel Adesanya defeats Whitaker to retain UFC Middleweight title. Israel Adesanya, Nigerian mixed martial artist, has retained his middleweight title after defeating Robert Whitaker via unanimous decision during UFC 2. Adesanya has successfully defended his title 5 times now, making him the 3rd African champion to successfully defend his title in the UFC recently. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. Great news! You can now pre-order our children's book, Maua and the Gardens of Plenty, a book that teaches children the power of great ideas. This book is the best way to start exposing your children to African stories told by Africans. Find the purchase link in the description below. You can directly support this new series by becoming our YouTube member, Patreon or donor, and remember, Africa is watching.